Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Hey Chris, how's it going?
Hey Sam, good to be here. How are you?
I'm great. Another podcasting recording day.
And we have Karl, the Lush Monster, Hartley with us once more.
Yeah, I'm back. Thanks, Chris, for getting my intro right.
It's only taken him 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's all good. You're welcome, my friend. Okay, so now we're going to mix it up a little bit this time. All right, so coming up in the show we have Kickstart or Dropkick. But for now, I got a little bit of hassle. I was like, you keep saying you're going to tell us a story about the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you.
Dum.
And I'm like, oh yeah. I said that was up my sleeve for whenever we had a bit of a blank time, but let's do it. Let's talk about the story. So this is back in Spain, and it seems that a lot of things that were quite embarrassing happened to me in Spain. But anyway, so this time I was playing for La Linea Rugby Club. I was a flanker. And we had a round robin tournament with the British Navy, British Army, RAF, and Gibraltar first and second team. So that was the teams, and we were the Spanish team, La Linea de la Concepción, which is where I was living. Our team was made up of all these plumbers and builders and brickies and sort of rough sort of people. The Gib first were all public school boys, and I didn't even know that was for reals. Like, you know, you hear that the English have these public school boys, but they're like, oh, that was a smashing game. Let's go to the yacht club and have a couple of gins, shall we? Like, seriously, that's how they sounded. But they were very, very good on the rugby field, and we could hardly beat them. The only ones that beat them were the Navy, and the reason the Navy beat them was because they played dirty. They'd be punching in the scrum and getting the odd knee in there, and the Gib first just couldn't handle that. They'd like freak out. So we were like, we can do that. When we played the Navy, we could be as dirty as them, you know, get those welders in there and smack the elbow, a few elbows in. It was all good. So anyway, we had this is the embarrassing story. That was the setup. We had a bye one week, and I was like, oh yeah, Saturday, no game on Saturday. We'll do a bit of training. So Friday night, go to the pub, the Rovers return. I'm not joking. It had Coronation Street's photos all on the
trying to cash in on old people.
And I got absolutely trolleyed, like you do when you're 23 living overseas playing rugby. And I even fell asleep in the pub. Woke up, and Nick and his girlfriend, I've forgotten her name, says, oh yeah, come crash at our place. So we staggered off their place, and they had a domestic, and I was like all embarrassed. I'm like, just crashed on the couch. Next morning, wake up bright and early, and I'm thinking, holy crap, I've got to get ready for rugby. But knowing that I was going to get on the piss, and knowing that I might not make it home, I had all my gear sitting at home just in the hallway. So I get up, I literally run through town. You know when you get so drunk the night before that when you wake up, you feel like superhuman?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
I was just running, and all these people were just looking at me going past with a look of astonishment on their face. I was like, whatever. And I grabbed my gear I didn't even go into the house. Opened the door, grabbed my gear off the hallway, locked the door, ran off to the Rovers return where we were meeting to go to rugby practice. This is where I should have known what was going on. I come in, and everybody else was already there, and they're all in a huddle in the middle of the pub, which, wasn't actually open. It was just, we were meeting there. The owner was the captain of the team. And we went in, and they all split off and just looked at me as like, oh, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening at all here. No, nothing to look at. And I'm like, what's going on? So we decided to do some tackle training, went down the beach. We started doing some tackle training in the sand. It was all good. Yep. Sweating a bit, that sort of thing. And then somebody said, hey, the Army's playing Gib seconds. Let's go and watch. So we jumped in the van, drove out to Soda Grande, and we started watching the rugby game. I was starting to feel really good. I've sweated a lot of this alcohol out. It's all pretty good. And at half time, one of the Army guys came over and said, hey, look, we're a player down. We've got an injury. Can somebody play the rest of the game? And I said, hey, I'm in, and Bob looked at me funny, and he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm hungover, but it's not my team, so I don't play well. Like, what do I care?
Yeah,
You know, it's like a win-win. And the guy goes, oh, okay, sweet. So I go in and played the rest of the game. I would like to say I was awesome, but I was okay. I mean, I was pretty hungover, you know.
Yep.
End of the game, and we won. And, you know how everybody goes around and shakes everyone's hands?
Oh,
Nobody would shake my hand.
Ah, okay.
Not a single person from either team. I was being shunned so hard. It was embarrassing. I'm like, I didn't play it that badly. What the hell? And we jump in the van and we're going back, and my teammates just started cracking up, and they're like, you are such a dick. And they turn the mirror around, and when I'd fallen asleep at the pub the night before, they put on, you know, rouge, lipstick, mascara, the works. So I effectively played half a game for the British Army in drag and didn't even know it.
Excellent.
that is hilarious.
That is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me.
So what position were you playing, Chris?
I can't even bloody remember.
So I wasn't hooker.
No.
No, I wasn't hooker. I was too big for
No
that.
comment.
No. I'm amazed you didn't notice that you had some makeup on your eyes. Like, you think you'd be like, oh.
I didn't.
It's good being used to it, Sam.
Oh, okay. That makes complete sense.
I never looked at anything that had a reflective, and it just didn't occur to me. And I'd been with these guys all day, and nobody said anything. So, you know.
That was good on their part.
Yeah.
You think someone would just crack up and you'd be like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, I got so much stick from that team. They even had a magazine for the Costa del Sol, and they did a story on our team. And you know how in the story they have these little captions they blow up big?
Yeah.
And one of the things they blew up big was they even have a Kiwi in their team. His nickname is the Flying Virgin, which was... Yeah, that's what they called me, which was hilarious. And because I delivered beer up and down the Costa del Sol, I had a lot of clients ask me, so why are you the Flying Virgin? Oh, man. But anyway, that's a story for another time. So...
I'm going to give that a 7.5 out of 10. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Solid story.
Solid
story. Thank you. Hey, you got a story there.
I can give you the reduced version, okay? The Pulp Fiction version, I guess we can call it. So
it's not in order.
Yeah, well, maybe. I can't. It was another drinking day, similar to Chris's. Back in the day, I used to have a six-side soccer team. And every week we'll get dressed in theme. So we're cops and robbers one week when we'll play dressed up as cops and robbers with stockings on our heads and running around. And we'll drink booze and it's lots of fun. So we always get into theme. And this week was cross-dressing. So we all had these kind of dresses on, mini skirts on, whatever. And, you know, having a few drinks, and we go out there and we're playing. And this is an all-girl team we're playing against.
So is the all-girl team dressed up as well? Or
No,
it's just you guys?
no one else in the league.
Oh, okay,
Dresses
okay.
This is just what we did. It was our thing.
Yeah.
We're called Team Como because we, obviously drinking lots back in the day. So we're playing, and these girls are killing us on the field. We're talking slide tackles, when slide tackles are kind of illegal in kind of like these social games. They were slide tackling us, elbowing us in the face, like they were basically wrestling us on this soccer pitch, and we're getting like beaten up, and then we're kind of go, whoa, these girls are so angry. I have no idea why. Anyway, we lose to them really badly. And we're all battered and bruised, and we're at the clubhouse, and we're kind of drinking. And then they come up and turn us to like a boat race, drinking race. And then they smash us at that as well. And we're going,
so you're losing.
I'm loving this.
and we're going, and I'm talking about someone go, why are these girls hating on us so bad? And then we find out that they were like a lesbian team, and they thought we were taking the piss out of them, and we were just trying to be macho guys or something. And they didn't realize we were just being stupid and cross-dressing for the fun of it. So, but we ended up making friends with them, and we apologized for any offense that they may have taken. But I still remember just a couple of my mates just getting slid tackle and just crumpling, and this girl kind of standing over them going like, shaking bring it. And we go, why are they so angry at us?
That's pretty good. I give that a 6. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
Very good.
Yeah, thanks.
7.
7?
It was alright.
Mine was like within the last century though.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. You just copy my cross-dressing, even though mine was unintentional.
It was probably not called cross-dressing when Chris was doing it. It was just called wearing other people's clothes or something.
Yeah.
That's how it worked in the old days, eh, Chris?
Hadn't been invented yet.
Yeah. Gay hadn't been invented then.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
More like
Actually, funny enough, in Spain, that was quite a common occurrence. People would have a career in TV or whatever as a guy, and they'd get to retirement, and they would then become, I forget the name for it, but there is a particular name, and they would just dress in dresses from then on.
All right.
So they would retire as a woman.
Okay. It's interesting.
It's weird, but it's Spanish. It was cool.
This is how they did it.
Yeah. Anyway, so what else did we have on? In the last episode, we touched on Twitch TV, or rather Karl did, while I shut him down rudely because we were running out of time.
Yeah, he did that kind of time signal thing to me.
Yeah, it was just, we're finishing now, stop talking.
Yeah.
Real subtle.
That was the subtle.
We're out of time, Karl. Let's finish this.
Yeah. So tell us about Twitch TV, because I have jumped on there, but I think I have the wrong idea of what it actually is.
Okay, so Twitch TV's kind of been my guilty pleasure for like the last maybe 18 months. And what it is a platform where if you play games, you can stream it online and people can watch you. And I know if you've never kind of done this, you'll think, wow, that is the lamest thing in the entire world. And at first thought, I thought the same thing, right? Whereas, like, why would I watch someone else play a game when I can just go and play that same game? And this is where it all changed for me. Because you can watch professional players who are like the best, the 0.00001 best in the world at a certain game. There's all that enjoyment of appreciating how good they are. But on top of that, you get to know the personalities. And I kind of liken it.
Sorry, interrupt.
Yeah, go.
Do they talk, or is it just the computer sounds and just the computer?
Oh yeah, so they do their own running commentary while they're playing.
Oh right, yep.
And each person that you watch has their own style. So you might have the one person who just sits there and be absolutely silent for 5 minutes and then just crack up laughing, but they're just showing off their skills. But then you have the kind of color commentary type guys who are making jokes constantly and doing kind of interesting things within the game. And that's how you start getting hooked, because these guys are kind of sharing their thoughts on how to play the game better, making some jokes, kind of playing music in the background. So it's this whole different experience where it's like playing a video game yourself because you're watching them do it, but you're kind of going along with a friend, you know?
Yeah.
And it's then that's where everything changes.
So when we're getting into this whole esport, which is what we were talking about last episode, is this is how you actually get a connection with those players.
Absolutely.
And that's why you'd have a fan, or if you were a player, you'd want to do this, so you build a fan base.
I know, and it's crazy because, again, at first you go, this is crazy, but after you're following your favorite player, and just imagine if you're watching your favorite, like cricketer or rugby player, watching them train and them giving their own kind of personal commentary on what they're doing and how they're getting better, or imagine being able to do that basically every second day. You can watch your favorite gamer share what they're doing to get better at the game. And then get this, when they start playing professionally, you can go and watch them, and I did this when I went to Singapore, and it's even cooler because you know what they're thinking because you've seen them enough. So when they're playing in game, you go, oh, I know why he's doing that. I know why he made that play. I know why he went there. And it's just another level to like enjoyment of the game as well.
That's pretty cool. Put it that way, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you want to have a bit of a funny take on it, check out the last couple episodes of South Park.
Really?
They do a bit of a take on it. Cartman becomes a celebrity because he just starts commenting on people commenting on gaming.
Lol.
I like the way this guy comments. His comments.
Well, okay, so there's another big thing, and there's a subculture to Twitch TV, and it's called Twitch chat. And if you watch it, it looks crazy, and I used to hate it myself.
Yeah.
But you start warming to it because it's like the mixture of what a 12-year-old would say to what someone really trolly would say, but it's all happening at a million messages a second, and it's just. It's got its own personality. It's like a mob chat. That's awesome. But we could talk about that another time.
So I had something in my head, and I think it's something you told me about over a year ago now. And I thought that was what Twitch TV was, but obviously it's not. And so this was this game that you could watch the game, but the character is being controlled by everybody watching, and they
yeah.
What am I talking about? What's that thing?
So Twitch actually made this an integrated Twitch plays Pokemon. So what it meant is people watching the Pokemon game that's been emulated on another computer, by what they put in the chat happens in the game.
Oh, okay.
And
that's interesting.
So everyone's choosing what the option they should take, and then it kind of figures it out and goes, okay, this is the most popular option, so do this.
But it does it on the fly in real time, right?
Yeah, basically.
So people are going right, and somebody else is going left.
And then it figures it out and goes, okay, the majority of people see this, it does this. And they completed Pokemon doing that.
Ah, very good.
I know, so...
That is interesting to me. That is very interesting.
That is...
When Chris ran upstairs to grab us some water, I was talking to Karl, and Amazon brought Twitch. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, no, I didn't.
They brought it out, and the really good thing is, I was listening to another podcast about this, is they didn't do anything with it. They've kept it exactly the same. They're just using their massive servers and their cloud-based experience and all that stuff to make sure it runs properly with so many people watching it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a big Amazon fan. I don't know if you guys know that, but
I know that because you've always got random stuff hosted with them.
Yeah. So I've had an Amazon S3 account since forever, and I got my bill the other day, and it was like 80 cents. So, it's a monthly bill. And so, yeah, I'm a big fan. I've been to a couple of the AWS conferences, Amazon Web Services, but also the Amazon store itself, we've bought some stuff from there, I think. And
yeah, these microphones came from Amazon.
yeah, exactly. And I love my Kindle. I've said that before, I love my Kindle.
He's got the original Kindle. Did you know that, Karl?
Yeah, it looks like the Battlestar Galactica, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Or it's is it the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much like
Yeah.
that.
Like
Don't
the original,
panic.
like the iPod Classics or something. Just kind of chunk.
I'm waiting for a museum to put a call out and say, has anyone got one of
Dude,
these
I
original
have a
Kindles?
Psion upstairs. I should bring that down and show you that. You don't even know what a Psion is, but I think I got the extended 16 kilobyte memory pack.
That's the
for
little
it.
tiny foldable computer?
Yeah, it
it's
slides
like
out and it's got a hard shell. And
I want to see this thing now. And I want to take a photo.
I program it. Okay,
Can you sign
I'll
up for me?
dig it out. I'll figure out where it is. I'll dig it out before we go, and we'll get a photo and throw it on the.
So how
show notes.
when did you get that?
It cost me £150 in London in
Pound shillings.
92. I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, 91.
So it was cutting
91.
edge back then?
Oh yeah. I mean, some of my friends are like, "Why would you want a personal computer you can carry with you?" And I'm like, "One day, everybody will want one."
Little did he know everyone's going to have a small computer, cell phone in their pocket.
I was prescient. How?
Precognitive, maybe?
Yeah, maybe that. Prescience, I think is it.
Okay.
Whatever. So I know the future. I knew. The only thing I ever really did with it was I
was my next
programmed
question.
it to pick lotto numbers when lottos first started in New Zealand, like it first started.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I was like, I am going to program a randomizer.
There might be millions and millions of dollars worth of potential earnings sitting wherever this thing is in Chris's house, and he hasn't been using it for the last 40-odd years.
I just flash back to me downloading an actual program on PC like 20 years ago that went through all the lotto selections over all the years and predicted the next ones. Never won.
There was a guy in the paper 5 or 6 years ago, and he was based in Cambridge, and he'd made a program that did it, and you could buy the program off him. It was like $20. I think it's still around. I can't remember what it was called, but it hit the worst website in the world. And I remember emailing him and saying, "Hey, you need to sort out your website."
Yeah.
It's so terrible.
1995.
But and he was talking, and I don't know how. Yeah. So anyway, he had a program that could pick the numbers based on frequency or something.
Yeah.
Here's a tip, guys. Best numbers are the ones that are least picked, because when you do win, you're more likely to get the maximum win. And that's the only tip you need to know about Lotto.
Good point.
you
Good
heard
point.
it.
Yeah, you got no more chance of winning, but if you do hit that chance, your winnings will be more. That makes sense. That's actually a logical thing.
Life Hacks by Karl.
Life Hacks by Karl.
Yeah.
Now we're
and we should actually get a photo of him in that shirt to put in the show notes.
Oh, yeah, that's a life hack if I've ever seen one. Yeah. It's interesting.
It's a summer shirt. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to Kickstart or Dropkick.
Yes.
As we've been talking, I've managed to find 2 different things.
Okay, what do we got for us?
The first one is Goat Mug. Original goat story crafted into a coffee mug.
Goat mug. It's so
Well, I mean, look at these figures. People want
before
this.
we go into the figures, let's can we explain what it is? Is there go down a little bit?
It's
Goat story and Shepherd's legacy has inspired us to design something original, different, and sustainable. The Goat mug.
Yeah, so imagine a coffee mug, a normal one that you can buy, that you can reuse. This one's in the shape of a goat horn.
Yeah, so obviously you drink from the wide end, with the narrow end being the part that you don't sit on the table. What the hell? You can never put this down.
I was
right?
just thinking that it must come with a stand. No?
No, it doesn't appear to come with a stand.
No, there it is. There it is. The bit comes off.
So it's got a
cooler.
sleeve that is, this is for the listeners,
Oh,
it's got a
that's good.
sleeve which obviously narrows, and you take the sleeve off, reverse it, and sit it on that, and the sleeve becomes a stand.
So
That's pretty cool.
for the basic $25, you get the Grande goat mug with the leather straps. And as you go up, you can get ones like the goat mug hemp edition, and you can get more goat mugs.
Is that a side pouch?
Oh, it comes with a belt clip, so you can hang it off your belt. That
looks
is
like-
pretty cool.
It looks like what Han Solo puts his blaster in.
I know, this is
It
good.
looks amazing.
Yeah, look at that hipster dude
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Dude, they hired the actor with the beard in the cafe for that
Yeah.
shot. That's
Oh, look, now it's looped around this chick's handbag.
Christian Dior handbag, you know,
Yeah. Oh, this guy's got it wrapped around, or she, I think. This person's got it wrapped around them as they're riding their push bike.
that's a guy's hands, man.
I'm thinking I might make a rip-off version and call it the Sabertooth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think there's a market there for that.
Yeah, the Sabertooth.
Yeah, better than Goat Story.
So-
Although, are they? This is the Goat Simulator. Maybe they should be tying.
Oh,
this into the
I've
Goat
actually
Simulator.
got the Goat Simulator on the iPad. I've been playing it.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember when
Love it.
somebody shared
you
that.
make
I think it was
coffees?
Karl shared it to me with me originally, and I was like, "Have you played Goat? Have you seen Goat Simulators coming?" And I saw the video. I'm like, "That's not a game. That's not a game."
It's
Sam,
awesome.
have you got the MMO version yet? The newer version?
No, because the iPad's sort of like a lighter version of the PC version.
Ah, gotcha.
I've also got Farming Simulator 2014. I've been
The
harvesting.
giant pumpkin man has to do.
I've
his-
been harvesting wheat with my tractor.
So anyway, getting off topic. So what are the numbers we got have for the goat horn?
Oh my god.
There's only 40 hours to go. They originally wanted $25,000.
Oh my god.
They've got
$25,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but think about it. It's to get that molded and made and have nice leather work. It probably could be up there. I don't know. 9,654 backers, and they have pledged $400,126.
Okay, so the goat story is a win.
Yeah.
That's a big kickstart.
That's pretty good.
Karl Sabertooth.
Better than Magnet and Two Tape. Two magnets and a tape.
Yeah, definitely.
I always get that wrong.
Definitely. If I see one of these in the wild in public, I just feel like screaming out, "Oh, goat story!"
Yeah, totally.
So there's,
But it's a US thing, so the chances of us seeing it here is
exactly.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know where they're based.
To have that amount of money, it's got to be international.
It will be, but free US shipping, so it must be in there. And the other one,
so our Dropkick,
potential Dropkick,
our potential
because
Dropkick.
we can't judge these people too harshly.
Madonna's Tattoos Book Volume 1.
Yep. This person wants to put together a book of people's tattoos of Madonna on their arms and stuff.
Not the Madonna, but Madonna the singer.
Madonna the singer, yep.
Not.
They've still got 29 days to go.
Attention, Madonna art and tattoo lovers. There is a book that needs to be put out with your help. First of its kind for the rebel heart in you.
There's not too much more to say about this, really. There's no rewards. It's $75.
Pledge $75 or more. That's the only level that they've got.
That's the only level. They don't know what that is. You will get keychains, pins, buttons to decorate your vintage denim jacket. Okay.
Oh man, some people have no clue.
Wait a sec,
No.
wait a sec. This must be a money laundering idea or something. How do you?
So they
launder some money?
need $7,000 to achieve this goal of getting some photos of tattoos in a book. They've got 4 backers already, and they've got $325. So that's quite a lot better than some of the other Dropkicks we've mentioned in the past.
Yeah, they've actually got something. I don't think Shite Punk ever got anything. Do you want to look that up? Can you
We
see?
better check out Shite.
We better check out.
What's the maths on that actually? What's 7,000 divided by 75? Let's get the.
Well, it's less than 100, isn't it?
So it actually, they actually might get it.
Nah. The Electric Shite the album. Oh, he's got pledged.
Someone pledged £4.
He's got one backer that's
Damn.
pledged £4
It's probably himself.
of the £150 goal.
Yeah. Good on them for giving it a go. But
It's only got 13 days to go.
there are ways to do Kickstart campaigns properly, and there's ways to do them wrong.
Yeah, so I don't know if I shared this before. It's something I learned from our friend Kat Jenkins, who I'm working with on the crowdfunding book. And she says, in the first, and I've got it in my notes, so if I get it wrong, my apologies, get the exact numbers wrong. But if the first 2 days, you got to get 30% of your thing. If you fail to get 30%, in the first 2 days, even if it's a 30-day
you're pretty
or
much
longer,
not going to...
You have to do some serious change of work.
So it's like
strategy.
snowballing or something.
Yeah,
like
it's called a valley. So it goes down pretty quick, then it's flat, and then it comes up at the end. And one of the interesting things that come out with the research and we're writing in the book is that extending the period just extended the flat patch.
Okay.
So you're actually better keeping it relatively short. So 14
But you need to build
days.
that hype, don't you? And with whatever your audience
And
is.
you should be pre-launching it. Like before you do it, that's where you build up your contact list, you get it, seed the information out there, you get people interested, do all that, and then you launch. You make sure you hit the first third of it in the first 2 days, and you're on track. And you'll get a little bit in that flat period, but it's sort of low, and then there might be spikes if it hits one of those big websites, Reddit loves it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's all about that. Oh man, you got to get in, or this is not going to get funded. And then all the supporters to that date are like, oh man, I want this funded. So they'd start telling their friends, which is what happened with AFK, which, because I was like rabid about that. Like, everybody go and fund it.
You were a little bit, but it got funded.
It got funded. So
Have you had any updates on that?
No, I haven't really. I did watch the pilot, which was one of the rewards. I really enjoyed it. It's pretty cool.
Very good.
Hey, just getting back to the Madonna tattoo.
Yeah, you're keen, aren't you?
Okay, so they only need 40 people to back it to hit their goal. They got 29 days left. So, yeah, it is. 40. 75 times 40.
Wow.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, they're going to get this. I'm going to bet. I'm going to give you guys a $1 gold coin bet that they hit it.
Well, I'm glad you said $1 gold coin, because if it's that $1 paper note, that's when we have trouble.
Presto store has those. He tries to pay in shells as well, so.
You right there?
That doesn't make sense.
What?
$75 each.
Okay, what's 4,000 divided by 75?
No, it was 7,000.
Is it?
7,000.
Oh.
7,000.
Well, let's go back to the calculation.
Yeah.
I was going to say, dang, 7,000.
I was thinking
There's some serious maths wrong.
Yeah, I was
there.
thinking your phone's doing some awesome work.
Yeah. It's big, but it's 75. Okay, so it gets a little bit more difficult.
Okay, how many people now?
94 people.
So do you
Because
still think
I said it was like nearly 100, didn't I?
Yeah. It makes more sense now.
Do you think they're still going to do that?
I'm committed, guys.
Okay.
I already put my dollar in.
Okay, I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think they will.
There
You're
is
gonna
no
take my
dollar in. It's are you talking in bet? I thought if you really want to back, you'd put $75 and show your support. Really,
I don't need to. I'm confident.
He hasn't built it up over the year to get to that point.
Yeah, I'm confident that there were 94 people with Madonna tattoos that feel committed to get to
be in
joining
a
up to
book.
this, because how many of them are there? It's so niche. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
They probably would pay $75
got your
just
dollar.
to get their photo in a book.
yeah.
I'm going to get your dollar and
Well,
buy a
that
coffee
is
with
her marketing strategy right there. That's what she should
We'll
be
keep
doing.
an eye on it, and we'll see if we owe Karl $1.
it.
Yeah, we'll go in 50 cents each.
Yeah, and don't trust Karl's maths is the other thing.
Yeah.
Maybe he could go buy some proper
Yeah,
coffee.
we'll pitch in 25 cents each and give him his dollar. Yeah, we'll do that.
Sounds good.
I'm going to be so happy. Okay. 4 weeks from now, I'm getting $1. I'm saying it right now.
Okay.
All right. So that's Twitch TV we covered, and that's the Kickstart and Dropkick. I think we're pretty much done for this episode. So again, show notes. We'll see if we can get a photo of Karl's wonderful shirt.
We'll
Put that on the show notes,
we'll
as
put the
well as my
photos up.
Scion, if I can find it. Hopefully I can.
Maybe Karl
Dig it up.
holding the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it could
that's a
happen.
bit of inception there.
Yeah.
And you'll see these photos and what have you on the show notes at thechrisandsampodcast.com.
Probably put them up
Episode
on
16, are we? 16, I think.
16 sounds
Sweet
good.
16. And also, obviously, you can check us out on Facebook. We'll get those photos on Facebook as well. And on Twitter. So, The Chris and Sam Podcast on Facebook. Not the guys in the hot tub. And we'll also be on Twitter at The Chris and Sam Pod.
So check us out, share us around, and yeah.
Yeah, and give us some feedback, guys.
Would
What do
love
you
to hear some
like? What do you
feedback,
like? Do we want to keep the Lush Monster on here? Should we get rid of him? Should we cut him loose? What's
it's
the
hard enough
story?
for us to track him down the first time. So, we need
Now
like 6
we've
months
got it.
notice.
Actually, he's been on like 3 podcasts now. We just actually chained him in my basement, and we're not letting him go until we've potted him out.
I'm amazed he hasn't started getting messages asking where he is.
So do we want that? And what topics would you like us to cover in 2015? We might have to do an update on Serial on the next one and talk about some of the new information that we've come through, because I have some ideas on that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, Seal.
See ya.
guys.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.